Good morning. Good morning. This is Shawnte Health Wells coming to you live on Mother's Day in the United States. May the 12th. 12 is my favorite number. 2024 is the day after my mother's birthday, May 11th. Shout out to Mom Dudes. May Wells. Happy birthday, Ma. Listen, I had something hot off the presses because I have to operate and do what thus saith the Lord. Here's the thing. Pain has been wreaking havoc, and I want to come to you with a quick, simple, easy solution that everyone can tap into. Do this one thing to end pain for good. Before anyone ever comes to work with me, I ask them one question. I simply ask them, are you willing? Are you willing to heal? And I know it may sound like a question that's facetious, or maybe I'm insulting somebody's, intelligence, but it's really not. I need you to be conscious and cognizant of this one thing. Are you willing? Are you willing to heal? One second, y'all. Oh, yeah, okay. Trying to press okay. Uh, Doing like 4 live streams. Good evening, wealthy one tip. I see you on Instagram. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome those of you on YouTube and those who are watching this on Zoom. All right. I need you to understand this. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich, and there's a whole chapter that's dedicated to decision. I used to ask people just only, are you willing to heal? But I realized, are you willing to decide to heal? There's a difference between a choice and you deciding to do something. So I got a quick story I want to tell you about. Back I'm a Gen Xer, born in the 70s. Listen, Cabbage Patch Dolls was this thing that was this huge phenomenon. In 1984, I wanted a Cabbage Patch doll, like by any means necessary. It's the first thing that I ever remember ever really wanting so bad that I was willing to really risk my life to walk across the street just to get on the aisle within a Toys R Us store so that I could touch one. I was willing to do whatever it took to get one. That's how bad I wanted it. That's what a decision is. So I understand that you may have tried some things and that it failed, but you have to have that burning desire of when you decide to do something. See, as a child, I decided I was going to get that Cabbage Patch doll. And here's what I need you to understand. We were dirt poor. I'm talking about there were days I went to bed hungry. So for me to decide and to think that I was going to be able to get a Cabbage Patch doll in 1984. Listen, that is something that seemed like an insurmountable, thing for me coming from poverty when we can barely put food on the table, talking about you want a Cabbage Patch doll. A Cabbage Patch doll just seemed like out of the realm of possibility. That's what may be the case for you and your pain. Maybe you have chronic pain. Maybe you've gone to a whole lot of different doctors, but they don't have the final say or decision. You haven't tried everything because everything is not possible for you to try it. But there is something that you can do that will definitely get rid of it. Is once you make that decision to end that pain. See, I made a decision to own a Cabbage Patch doll in 1984. And guess what? I wanted one for my birthday in 1984. It didn't happen. I wanted one for Christmas 1984. It did not happen. But here's the thing. I had decided in my mind that that thing was going to happen for me. And at a young age like that, yes, it could have been, destroyed my spirit. And yes, all the things you've tried up to this very moment may be destroying your hope or your spirit concerning this thing getting healed. But here's what I need you to understand. Guess what it did? I had already decided, so that by any means necessary, this was going to happen for me, not somebody else. I understand I was happy for other people and my friends who got it, but I knew that I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt I was going to get me a Cabbage Patch doll. I need you to have that same fervor, and I need you to decide to get your healing in your health. I need you to decide that you're gonna end that pain. I need you to decide that you will be well. And here's what I did. I would go with my mom to one of our neighbors, Miss Bonnie Mae. She's like another grandmother to me. She would get the newspaper. We were too poor. We couldn't even afford the paper. You get what I'm saying? Like, and guess what was in there? It was actually pictures and sale papers of Cabbage Patch dolls. And so I would cut one out every single week that I would see one. And guess what I did? I started visualizing that Cabbage Patch doll. I started thinking about the activities that me and my baby doll was going to do. I had named it. So some of you, you need to name that thing and of the joy that you're going to feel when you in that pain. I need you to see yourself doing certain activities. What will you be able to do with you in that pain? See, I need you to get it into your mind's eye. That's a decision. There's no way to retreat from it. You have to go forward in it. You've decided. You've cut away all other opportunities. You don't need a plan B when you have actually decided to end this pain. You've decided to get out of this pain. You decided it for your life. And I had decided the name of my doll. I decided where she and I was going to go. I decided how I was going to feel the first time I got to hug my Cabbage Patch doll. I decided on the name Sabrina. See what I'm saying? So we're now in 1985. Guess what? Another birthday came by. Another Christmas came by. I did not get my Cabbage Patch doll. Now, I don't know about you, but when a year and a half goes by for a child and they still haven't gotten that one thing that they want, it seems like an eternity. But guess what? I did not lose hope. I did not lose faith. I said, you know what? My friend's dad is going to take her to the Toys R Us. And guess what? I'm going with her. And I could just get on the aisle with the Cabbage Patch dolls. If I could just see it, if I could just touch one, and I know it'll happen for me, it will be real. See, I made that decision. And so I wasn't sure if what time or if I was going to be there when he decided to take her. So I said, you know what? If I don't get to go, with them, I am going to walk this 6-lane highway. And mind you, my mama ain't spared a rod. I ain't had no business trying to cross one of the busiest highways in Miami in the 80s as a child by myself. My mama didn't know I actually made this decision, but I'm telling you that I had decided that I wanted that Cabbage Patch doll more than I wanted anything else in my life. And I wanted to just get in the environment. Some of you, you need to get in the environment of people who are living with pain relief and without pain. I need you to get into the environment mentally and physically. Some of you, you just need to get around people who are well. You need to get around people who are talking health and wellness. You need to get around people who have been healed and talking about the abundance of healing. I need you to get in the environment mentally. It's an inside job. I wanted to get in the environment where the Cabbage Patch dolls were. So even though it wasn't my birthday, I was able to also celebrate my friend's birthday and the fact that my friend was going to get a Cabbage Patch doll. I was able to celebrate and I got myself in position. I got around the Cabbage Patch dolls, and no, I didn't end up having to walk across that highway alone. But guess what? I was willing. Why? Because I had decided that I was going to have a Cabbage Patch doll. I decided. I didn't care how long it was going to take. I didn't care how it was going to come. I had decided that I was going to have a Cabbage Patch doll, and my doll's name was going to be Sabrina. I decided what's the first thing we were going to do. I decided how I was going to feel. I decided some of the activities she and I would do. I had decided as a child. I didn't realize at the time that I was tapping into what Napoleon Hill is talking about in Think and Grow Rich in the decision chapter. You have to make a decision towards healing. You got to make a decision that you're going to end this pain for real. You're going to have to make that decision, not a choice, a decision. Cut away any other alternative. This thing I will have. I will be well. I will be free of this pain. You have to decide. I decided. And guess what? My birthday came 1986 at this point. I didn't get my Cabbage Patch doll. I just got more excited. Guess what? I made sure I kept, instead of keeping just one picture of the Cabbage Patch doll, I had plenty. I put one in my Wonder Woman underoos. Listen, I put one in my underoos top. Listen, I put it in my backpack. I was surrounded by my Cabbage Patch dolls. I went to sleep with it. I started to talk to, I'm talking about the little sale paper, the little sale paper that I cut out, that I got from Miss Bonnie Mae house every single week. I talk to that Cabbage Patch doll. See, the vision board is not enough. Maybe it's not enough for you to look at a picture of you when you weren't with pain. Maybe it's time for you to actually sketch out or get a picture of somebody that appears to be pain-free. And then it's time for you to start speaking to that thing. It's time for you to start visualizing that thing. But all of this ties into the decision that you've made to end your pain. See, I talked to my Cabbage Patch doll before I ever held her in my hand. I saw her in my mind's eye before I ever physically got to behold her. Listen, I was willing to do, and this was day in and day out. I went to sleep with my Cabbage Patch doll. I woke up thinking about my Cabbage Patch doll. I need you to go to sleep thinking and committed fully to the decision that you've made to end your pain for good. I don't care how many doctors you got to see. I don't care how many nutritional interventions you have to try. I don't care how many therapeutic modalities. Something will work for you. You know why? Because greater is he that is within you than he that's in the world. You have to make that decision. That's what you're supposed to do in the natural. And God will put his super on your natural. But you have to decide to end that pain. You got to be willing to be free of the pain. Stop talking about all the things that didn't work. Start talking about what will work, what you will feel like, what is possible. Stop talking about what ain't possible. Put your mouth and put your mind and your physical thing. Maybe you need to write down the word pain-free. Maybe you need to write down words like ease and put a sticky note up on your bathroom mirror, or put it in your purse, your pocket, whatever it is that you got to do to support that decision that you've made. And guess what? Christmas 1986. Guess what your girl got? At a time where I actually, at that point, it was all right with me if I had not received it. If I hadn't received it, it would have been all right with me. It would have been all right with me. Why? Because I was at peace. The decision brought about a sense of peace within me that I had already been to the mountaintop of receiving and being a mother of my Cabbage Patch doll. And guess what? So I said it didn't matter when I opened that box, that no matter what, whether any of those presents was a Cabbage Patch doll or not, I had peace. I had surrendered it to God. I was praying every single day in faith. In faith. I said, if I don't get it this year, guess what? It might be in there this year. I did not lose hope. I didn't lose hope in that decision that I had made, which was to have me a Cabbage Patch doll. And guess what? Woo, woo, I got good news. If I could get that Cabbage Patch doll, I had a Cabbage Patch doll Christmas 1986. Christmas time, I got my Cabbage Patch doll. So maybe it will take 2 birthdays and 2 Christmases for you to receive that gift of that pain relief. But don't lose hope. Make the decision and it will come to pass. I decided that I was going to become a certified and licensed athletic trainer. I decided that I would be the first to go to college and get my degree. I decided that I was going to be a healer. I decided that I was going to be a health teacher. I decided that I was going to walk into the gifts that God has given me. He gave me the gift of teaching. He gave me the gift of healing. And guess what I'm doing? I'm doing exactly that. Despite how many people told me I couldn't do it, I made the decision. Decide to get rid of the pain, and you will. All things are possible to him that believe. It's not impossible to be free of that pain. I don't care if it's a spasm. I don't care if you've had 50 surgeries. It is possible to be rid of your pain for good. There's nothing too hard for God. Make the decision to end the pain. That's how you end the pain for good. Listen, make sure you're walking, hydrating, and meditating. That nitric oxide is something that's going to help your cells. Listen, that water is going to bring the oxygen that you need and help your mitochondria in their pain so they can help you end your pain. And then that oxidative stress. You got a plate mandate. You need more antioxidants. You got to do something about the inflammation and the free radicals that's running rampant, that's causing you more pain that you don't understand on a deep rooted level. Walk, hydrate, meditate. Walk 20 to 30 minutes a day, making sure you have at least half of your body weight in ounces of water. Drink also your antioxidants. Green tea, you can get decaffeinated green tea, whatever it takes, but get your antioxidants and do the 478 deep breathing method. That's a free source of nitric oxide. I love y'all. I'm Shawnte, and guess what? I'm going to walk the abundant health way, and I want you to do the same. Happy Mother's Day to every mother, every type of mother figure that's out there in the world. This has been my pleasure to actually mother you through this process. End your pain. Listen, there's so much for you to do. Dr. King said, always know that you count. Always know that you matter, and always know that your life has ultimate significance, because it does. End your pain so that you can continue in the purposes that God has for you. Thank you so very much. This has been an incredible time with you all. You are incredible for seeing this. I love you guys. Share this message with somebody that you love and care about. I love and care about you. Let's go. I'm Shawnte Health Wells. Flare out.